Fist Punch, not finding anything, but Plato immediately Death Blossoming, and Ultra walking into them, getting these picks.
Yeah, another good grab from Eden right there. Built that one really fast.
Yeah, Eden has just been outplaying Northern when it comes to getting these gravitons and getting these picks, and I'd have to say that is very important for the reason why Flushed is winning right now.
Yeah, and Pascal did use his Coalescence there, and Reaper is on the flank right here, so he could catch one.
Yeah, they're not, but Flush isn't going to have a Graviton, but they are going to have both support ults, and they're going to be having a Shatter, while on the side of Hanamura, they're immediately almost going to get picked. They're having to their Death Blossom just to defend themselves, but M-Key is down. They're not going to have anything mid-fight, but Glacio is getting those necessary picks to try to fight the point. They're trying to stagger a bit just to get as much ult percentage as possible. And Zur is trying to find something, but Tiny Blue ends up finding him. And look at that, Eden is ended up pick as well. They're at 80%. This is close to one-fight territory.
Yeah, Zero had a good play there, killing M-Key early, but Joshua did have a really good shatter there that allowed him to win that and clean up.
He did. Joshua is actually hitting a majority of these shatters. Ultras, I don't think has blocked this in one, but I could be wrong.
He did say that he had a high ping and he couldn't block shatters, so...
Well, his mine may be in the past, but he needs to be right now in the present as Plato is flanking, looking, and he gets the coalescing Moira. That's actually a huge pick. Sure, they're grabbed on top of point, but doesn't even matter if you're not getting those necessary picks. Sure, you got Plato, but now you're in an even fight, and the Graviton comes on the side. Eden actually gets Joshua. Eden gets Northern. Eden's getting these necessary picks, and they're going to be able to win over the point. It's now at 99%. But look at that. Flush ends up getting it. They need to actually end the point, though. They don't want to let the enemy team stagger as Eden ends up against Pascal. Doesn't seem that anyone else is left on point. They're probably going to be end up regrouping for one more push. However, these fights have been happening in about one push or so, so it is possible that they can win this. Block will have to, not Flock, Flush would have to play this right.
Yeah, they do have a Coalescence on the side of Flush, so they're gonna have to... Hotshots gonna have to come with a miracle right here.
Yep. Swift will have to stay in the back and make sure. As immediately the Coalescence comes out, they're looking for the pick. But Glacio gets played by Zur, but Plato gets Joshua. Only one of those picks actually is more important because Ultra is able to just walk in front of them without the threat of the Reinhardt. And he's able to hit that mouth and absolutely destroy the enemy team, immediately bringing this to a 2-0, and the Flushed will take map 1.
Yeah, I feel like what happened there was they just had good focus fire on the Reinhardt, just had hot shots, then with no shield, they just got a 4-man shatter and just easy cleanup.
Exactly. I think the major factor into those fights was honestly Eden. Eden had a absolute ridiculous ult charge.
Yeah, Eden did pass Northern at the end.
Yeah.
Or did overlap him with the grabs, or almost overlapped him.
Yeah, Eden's just like, you can have a shield, but I'm just gonna, kill you. I don't care. And it is amazing.
Yeah, and we do see a more to play the game, which I think is a bug. But it looks like Flush is calling for a restart.
Yeah, well, Moira play the games. Play the games. So yeah, we might be taking a small intermission to restart the lobby. We don't know exactly.
I do believe some players on the side of Flush did have some high pings, so maybe that's what they're wanting the reset, but...
Yep, we're going to be asking for the map right now. Now, what do you think caused Hanamura Hotshots to not really win? They were getting the picks. It seemed that they were winning every other fight onto the second map. Well, they're talking right now about figuring out which point they're going to go to. If I do believe it is control point or escort.
It is 2CP, I believe.
Oh boy, everyone's favorite. We're going to go on right to 2CP, which is either Hanamura. No, not Hanamura. Apologies. It's either Horizon Lunar Colony or Volskaya, but we actually will most likely be going to Volskaya.
Yeah, it looks like they do pick Volskaya, which seems to be meta, but I have seen some HLC recently, so...
I have seen more teams favor the Volskaya. Not a lot of people really enjoy Horizon Lunar Colony, which, I mean, understandable, but we will be seeing this.
Yeah, it seems like just this week, HLC has... I've seen it a couple times, or more than usual, but they are going on Volskaya. And
Yep.
when I did cast Flush last week, they had really strong Mei play on this map, but they don't have it. So I wonder what their plan is, try to back it up or the strategy.
All right. We're going to most likely be seeing Flushed on the side of defense first. But we are just waiting for the R's for both teams. I do want to say that Flush did have an amazing performance as we're going into the game right now, but let's not count out Hanamura Hotshots. There have been many games so far in the season where these teams are just showing their dominance and just bringing it back and trying to get that reverse sweep.
Yeah, we have seen many, like, even though that was a 2-0, it was still, I mean, the first map wasn't as close, or first round, but second round was a lot closer.
Yeah,
So maybe they just need, like, a warm up or something, but we could see big performance from Hotshots here.
And it appears that Ultra ping might be fixed right now, so we could possibly be seeing a more aggressive and dominant play from Ultra.
Yep, and it does look like we see a bash. No, that's.
I believe it's a meme pick. Oh, but we're actually going for a pause.
And it looks like it was an accident. He did forget to fix the specs.
Oh, we'll just have to fix that real quick. Apologies for the scuffness, but as for Overwatch streams, if you don't have scuffed, it's not a real stream.
Yeah, we are in NA, so NA stream, NA host.
Yeah, but... man, it's just a factor. But let's get an idea of what they're running right now. Do you believe that they'll be running the mirror just like before?
I have a feeling, yes. I highly doubt we see a Bastion pick, but they could switch that to like maybe a Torb or a Reaper.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but when we sit in that lobby, we do tend to just meme a little bit, try to scare the coaches up. And here we're gonna go for the quick reset, but doesn't really change anything besides from just internal things such as when they teams playing. But that doesn't really matter as we're gonna be sitting here and getting ready. We're gonna have 16 seconds just to calm down and all that, relax. Any predictions? Since you did see one of these teams play before.
Last week I did watch Flush on Vizcaya, and they just had a really strong. I'm pretty sure they full held, but they did use it with like really good Mei and McCree play. So maybe now they don't have those heroes. Maybe, but Zero and Plato did look really strong in the Reaper and Doom. So
yep, they're actually going to be possibly running that composition. I do believe this composition would work best. But let's see how they play it. I have seen times where this specific matchup was going against, and it was either one-sided or going back and forth. Because the Hanzo is able to get those picks, especially to the divers, but if the divers are able to collapse and then Flush is able to just take them out, the Hanzo basically becomes useless.
Hanzo still isn't spawn. Yeah, Hanzo switches to Reaper.
Oh, nope. Immediately to Reaper. We're going to go straight to the mirror. They don't want to risk anything. They want to make sure that if they win, it's going to be at their own game. All right, here we are. Immediately running into choke. Flush actually taking a bit of behind, seeing where they are rotating. They're actually going to be switching around. They're rotating around. The team's almost a bit split, but it's fine. They're trying to figure it out. They're working slowly, looking to find something. Both teams kind of sitting at a stalemate, not getting much ult charge, just kind of sitting there. However, Ultra's actually halfway to a shatter, which is the second highest. Oh, but the fight actually starts to commence as they're slowly going in. They're just looking for something. The shield up together. Plato looking for something, but actually Tiny Move running into the group, but then walking away, retreating because Joshua got low. So they need to actually start committing into these pushes. They're sitting there trickling. However, the Coalescence is going to come in and help them push in. But they have to be careful as the Coalescence gets distracted by the Doomfist. And immediately the Shatter comes right out of Ultra, getting Joshua. And that helps them win the fight. That Coalescence was practically wasted because it didn't get any picks. And it barely kept anyone alive until that Shatter came out. And look at that. Eden has the Graviton. Now they have the Coalescence. So the ult economy is now in Flush's favor.
But Northern also does have this grab, so we could see if Northern uses this grab right and uses it early, we could see a win here from Hotshots, even though they have a worse ult economy.
That is true. Remember, in the game of Overwatch, one ult can win a fight, so we will have to have faith in Northern to win this. No pressure, but pressure.
But Jepic is close to that beat and probably will have it by the mid fight. So you have to see a really fast grab out here from
Yeah,
Northern.
as well as Coalescent. So let's see, they're going to be fighting the same fight, but look at that, Plato's actually behind them. They're both going to grab, looking for something. Plato actually gets Northern, and Plato with the flank. They didn't have any shield on him. The Graviton was just sitting there, and he was able to just walk up to them and say, pew, pew, and now they're dead. And look at that, Swift is now down the Coalescence. They only wasted 2 ults in that entire fight, but look at that, they're going to be coming up on every other ult, while on the side of Hanamura Hotshots, they're only going to be coming up on the Doomfist ult and possibly a Reaper and Moira ult mid-fight.
But they also do have the Shatter and beat, but besides the grab, like, MK's in a tough situation if they want to use the beat aggressively or save it for
Hanamura is playing it passively, though. Oh, but the Shatter coming in and immediately gets blocked. Both sound barriers coming off, ults are popping off, they're looking for something. They're just immediately collapsing on Hanamura Hotshot. They just want to stop the push as fast as they can. Hanamura Hotshot is just playing so passively, and Flesh is taking aggression into that.
Yeah.
And if you didn't see, Hanamura Hotshots, they just started backing up. And what did Flush do? They just walked into them. They used that Doomfist ult, they used the Death Blossom, and then you know what they do? They get those picks, and that's what's actually the major fault.
Yeah, just really good DPS play by the side of Flush. Like, Plato pushed him back with his Death Blossom right into Zero's thing, and it got 2.
And look at that, Eden already back up to a Graviton Surge in a mid-fight. That's very good, because they're going to have Shadow, they're going to have Coalescence, and this is another reason why they could win this fight. Hanamura Hotshots needs to show the Shatter coming out, not really getting anyone. They're playing a bit back. Hanamura needs to start engaging on this. They do have the Reaper ult, so they can play a bit more aggressive. They know that they have the space here. They're going to be running in, speeding in, and immediately getting Ultra, but Zerg gets Tiny Move, which is actually Ranger opponent. But the grab comes out solely for Northern, and they immediately get him. This could stop the push, and it actually does. They want to finish it off, so they pop the Coalescence shit to make sure that they get it.
They have one more fight inside Hotshots, and they really only have 2 ults, actually possibly 3.
Yeah, that was a poor fight.
But Flush is pushing in.
Yeah, but look, Tiny Move gets Zerta, but they get Joshua. Without that shield, they're not going to be able to push in as much as they want to.
Yeah, I don't even know if they can touch. Doesn't look like it. Lucio is trying.
They're going to be able to touch.
Lucio has it.
Just barely, but they're just running in. Immediately, Death Blossom comes out. He's trying to find something, but he's not able to do anything as it's a panic. They're just trying to stay on point. They're just trying to find the picks. Joshua, Ultra actually gets grabbed, but Eden gets Glacial. They're actually going back and forth, back and forth. They need to find some picks. Hanamura Hotshots needs to be engaging on this. They have the advantage. There's no shield blocking them. But look at that. Flush actually wins this fight because guess what? They engage on it. They're not scared. They're confident in their players, and they're confident in getting the picks that are necessary, while Hanamura Hotshots seem to just be a little scared to just move into them.
Yeah, just really good play from Zero right there. The fight was going inside of Hotshots, but he just came in with all his abilities and got 3.
Yeah, and you were right. I mean, sure, they're not running the same composition as they did before, but they just have a good understanding of Volskaya, when to engage. They are obviously the more dominant team, but I mean, of course, there's still always a chance to move it around. There quite possibly just might be a sandbag in chat, you know?
Yeah, we could see a draw. We could still see a draw, but I think Flush will be able to take this unless Hotshots pull like a niche strategy, maybe.
Yeah.
We do see a Torb, which is exciting.
Ooh, yeah, are they going to be sticking on it?
Yeah, looks like it. They're walking that spawn.
Yeah, they did run this on first point, Lijiang, but I mean, it really is just, I don't know. I just have mixed feelings about this Torbjorn.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what Overwatch is running, so they could say, like, yeah, I don't think we're going to win this mirror matchup, so let's just try to run what Owl's running.
Yeah, but I think what a major factor is Torb placement and their positioning. They play so clumped together that Zura runs in, uppercuts, gets most of the enemy team. Plato flanks them, ends up shooting, getting Swift. So it really will matter on their positioning. One mistake can cost this entire fight, so they need to be playing the best that they can.
Yeah.
So here they're going to be coming right into this fight. The turret set up on the opposite side, looking for something. They're not. Oh, but they're not actually going for the turret. The Lucio is, though, so they're a bit split, looking for something. Moving around, getting off the high ground. Flesh is just walking into this. There's no turret at the moment, so I'd recommend. And they immediately get M key. That's the pick that they needed. That's immediately Flesh collapse onto this. and Tiny Moo only gets played up, but doesn't even matter when your team is practically done. You don't have any ults, you don't have anything. It's first fight, and look at Zura carrying this team on his back, and the Coalescence is coming out, popping every which direction to give Flush that win.
Yeah, really good play on the side of Flush right there. They just cleanly took it.
Yeah, they sat there and they bided their time, and I'd have to say that was very good and a well-deserved Graviton play of the game by Eden.
Luckily, it was not a Hanamura play of the game, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, we actually
But
have a real play of the game, guys. I'm sure you haven't seen this one in a long time since you're. And immediately the teabag, he's so dirty!
yeah, as you can see by the card there, he had 27 high charge kills, and that was all of his kills, so
Yeah. We
really
would
good
like to
bubble usage.
apologize for Eden's toxicness. We'd just like to let you know we'll be finding him $1,000 for that teabag. It was irretrievable action.
I mean, teabagging is allowed in league rules.
Huh. Seems like we don't have stupid rules. Let's go.
Then
And
we do see subs on the side of Flush, maybe because they just know they're going to take this easily.
quite possibly, or as what I've seen for some teams, they do have compositions specifically made for maps. What do you think
Well,
Hanamura Hotshot has to do to end up like bringing this back?
I don't think Hotshots can really take a mirror matchup or just win in a similar comp. Like they tried to have a Torb that didn't really work. I think if they want to try to win, they either need to make subs and maybe bring in like bigger people, or they need to try like a completely different comp, like maybe dive or just something else. Because I don't think they're gonna win this mirror matchup.
That's true. Flushed is just dominantly doing this.
But we can see Numbani next, Numbani or Hollywood, if I'm correct. So maybe they pick Numbani because it is Hotshot's map choice. Maybe they pick Numbani, bring up the dive.
Yep, let's give it a second. We want to give Hanamura Hotshots as much time as they need to detail. It's very important. I said this yesterday in the last game, but it's extremely important for teams to take that pause, take that moment, collect your breath. Because the moment you start tilting and you start getting angry and comms don't start, well, you're pretty much just giving up the win, and it's very upsetting. So I do want to believe in Hanamura Hotshots to win this point. So we'll have to see what happens. Any predictions, or like, do you think Flush will continue onto this hyper aggressive, overplaying, and making sure that they just take these fights, or do you think that they might go a Torb or something?
I mean, I would expect them to just come out with this Doom Reaper comp. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So might as well just keep coming at this. So
That is true. In the next shatter I see, I need to remind myself to yell big slam because Ultra was getting those big slams.
yeah, Ultra was having really big shatters right there. Just really big playmaking. Especially this, everyone outside of Flush is having big playmaking.
Exactly. Honestly, like it. I definitely would just have to go back to say that Hanamura Hotshot, they just were scared. They saw Flush, and it seemed like to Josh's view. Wait, they're actually getting agreed instead of Josha, so they are
And I do,
switching. Ooh, we are getting another switch, quite possibly, as I don't see Ultra sitting there on the side of Flush. We're going to be going to Hollywood, and Ultra gets reinvited back, so it's possibly just a DC. Small issue, no worries.
yeah, maybe he agrees like a monkey specialist and I try to run dive here. Maybe he plays Orisa.
That is true. It would be interesting. It seems that they might be wanting to go for divides. I think a dive composition would be quite interesting. You definitely do have to play very specific against a brawl comp like what Flesh is doing, especially with how well Fleshed is.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be really hard from the run dive into this comp. And also, Hollywood's not the best dive map, so. But I mean, I have seen it played before.
It is. It's definitely possible. There's enough high ground, and teams that better understand this can easily play around this. And I'm sure that some people are thinking, well, they're going to have Reaper, they're going to have Speed Boost, but it is definitely possible. But it's really how you play dive.
Yeah, and we do see Flush on defense again. And they fell hold last map. Maybe they go for another full hold. And when I cast them last week, they did full hold on Hollywood, so that would
Yeah.
be exciting to see it again.
We might be getting both the R's in the second. Up,
Yeah.
and here we are going right into the game.
Welcome to Hollywood. Initiating match.
All right.
We will see what the teams are running. I'm guessing standard pretty much, but we could see maybe a Pharah, Pharmacy,
Yeah, but
maybe
I
a
do
double
think you might.
shield.
I do think you might be right that Flush might just be running Brawl. They are very comfortable on that composition.
But we will find out.
Let's see, going right into this, and it seems so far, yep, they're staying on that, giving me the goosebumps for another full hold. So we'll have to see what they do.
Yeah, and we do see a Hanzo and a Doomfist on the side of Hotshots, but like last map, it's probably just a tease. I highly doubt they'll run out on this.
Oh, how upsetting. But I think what will matter to see if they win or not is if Agree can outplay Ultra, but as well as if the team can engage. They wasted so much time sitting there at choke, waiting for speed boost, waiting all those resources to go in. So by the time they were able to dive, and just stop Hanamura Hotshot, but we'll be going in and they'll actually be running with a Sombra and Ana, which is completely different than what they were running before, because Sombra will able to be hack and shut down these team fights, especially if those EMPs are being able to be summoned immediately.
Yeah, maybe they just want this EMP for easy fight wins, but
Yep, Flush is actually on the high ground. Sombra waiting for a time to uncloak. They're taking their time. They're rotating around, but they're going to be taking point control. That's important. And the hack goes on more to Moira. They're looking around, and look at that. Glacial actually gets picked by Eden. Oh no, this is not good. The fight was looking fine, but it just seemed that they got split. Their confusion came out, and immediately Northern gets picked. And look at that, they're running up to their spawn doors. That's how much they don't care.
yeah, just really good aggression.
Yeah, they're backing up. They're respecting them. They're giving them the space due to the anti. But look at that. They're going to be getting ready. They're getting back into position. They're going right back to high ground, and that's what they need. Because they're Doomfist. Oh, and look, Zerg gets Tiny Moo. And then they immediately get Glacial. They're having no ult charge. Like, yes, they have the Nano, but how are they going to use that Nano?
Yeah, Tiny Moo just got trapped, tried to go for a back cap. He's in that little room. There's really no escape. He tried to translocate out and bait him, but didn't work, so unfortunate for Tiny Moo.
We're going to have to see the big slam coming right out, and Eden taking full advantage of that. Look at that.
Yeah, and they're touching the spawn doors.
Look at that. Come on, guys. They're dead, dude.
We do see a flank from oh, he's leaving.
Yeah, so fun fact, Shanghai actually won their last game very dominantly. Will we be seeing that here? Like, they just want to end the game, dude. They want to go eat. They want to go use the bathroom. They are just winning these fights. They are just done. Taking back up on the high ground. They have the ult advantage. However, Tiny Moo is coming up on an EMP, so let's see how he does it. The fight is in their favor. They have this EMP. They have this factor. They can immediately EMP them all once they go on point. The Graviton coming right out. But unfortunately, it gets Agree. The sound barrier coming off, but it's a few seconds late. They get Zer, but it doesn't matter. You're not going to get him, Northern. Just back out. You're low, and you're dead.
Yeah, they really had to use that EMP there, because Jetpick did not have B. But now he does. If he just hides, he'll be able to completely negate the effects of this EMP.
If I'd have to make my guess to what's going on, it's the team that engages first is the team that wins. Hanamura Hotshots is taking so long that Flush is coming up with these plans, and that, look, they're so split right now. If they want to, they go straight for the Reinhardt. They go straight for that Zarya. They go straight for that Ana in the room. But guess what? They don't care. They're just going to stay on high ground. Now they're rotating onto point with all their cooldowns gone. But they're so split that they didn't get everyone with the EMP. Doomfist is able to get that, to get him, and look, Glacial actually gets the 2 picks. This actually might go back in their favor, but now it's even into a fight over Hanamura Hotshots is more on the low, and how unfortunate they are picked that EMP doesn't get everyone.
Yeah, it did look like they were going for EMP Shatter there, and they were all just holding high ground, so they couldn't really do much about it, and they only EMP 2 and the Shatter hit no one, so just...
Yeah, if I were Hanamura Hotshots, get off that Sombra. It took you up to, like, what, +3 fights to get that to get that EMP, and you got no value with it. Sure, you're back capping it, but guess what? They're just gonna look at you, and they're gonna little grasp you. And guess what? Ultra's gonna run on point, but his team's gonna follow after him, and they're just sitting there taking their time. Grab coming out, and they're gonna collapse on it,
And that's it.
immediately taking them out.
Yeah, just that looks like it's it. I doubt they'll even be able to
Oh
touch.
my-
We'll see another full hold. But Sombra is coming in, and good punch by Zero.
Oh, it's so sad. This is just, it's like watching Hell's Kitchen right now.
Just complete annihilation from the side of Flushed.
Yeah,
And that looks like it'll be it. I doubt. I'd expect
not,
another early fight, and that's
not
should be
even
win
a
for Flushed.
tick. In the words of a wise man, I guess you can say that Hanamura Hotshot just got rolled.
Yeah, Flush is just looking really dominant.
Yeah.
If they do take this right here, they'll be 2 weeks in a row where they haven't given up a single point.
Yeah, they are just so confident. They understand every micro decision that they're making. They don't collapse all on point because of Sombra's hitting it. No, they wait. They throw down the Reinhardt. Reinhardt will get hacked, and then the team will fall with them. While Hanamura Hotshots are sitting there, they're probably like, hey, are you touching point? Yeah, I'm touching point. You guys should go. Wait, but they're on high ground. I'm scared. Like, you can't be scared in this. You have to be going for these
Yeah.
fights.
We do see a Hanzo coming out from the side of Hotshots. Maybe Dynamo's a Hanzo specialist. Maybe he can just find picks and try to win.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I want to trust in Hanamura Hotshots. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But, I mean, they must be having the confidence of a skyscraper right now. They are at the skybox with their confidence, thinking that this composition will work. They can just be easily collapsed. Like, Flush has shown just their ability to press W and run into you, and then kill your entire team. What are they going to do to stop that? They can try to hack, but we'll have to see how that works as the fight's going off.
Yeah, possibly.
Here they are charging right into this fight. They're just getting ready. Swift almost, but it's completely fine as they're taking their time. Eden looking for something. They're actually rotating behind point. However, Doomfist is waiting. But no, they're actually going to the high ground. Similar to what they did before. Doomfist coming right out, looking for something, not finding anything. Immediately, Tanimu gets Swift. That's a very good pick at the start. But they need to finish it out. Hanamura Hotshots walk into them because Glacial gets that Reaper. And they're going to be able to win this fight. However, Zerg gets Tanimu, but it doesn't even matter. This is what they need to do. They need to initiate. This is what I've been waiting for. They can win these fights.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Tynamo just got the early pick on the Swift, and that was just pretty much fight over without your Moria.
Yeah, I was very hesitant at first, but I have to say, keep up getting those picks. Look at that. Flush isn't even close to their ult, but Hanamura Hotshots, almost all their players are halfway. They have to start winning and getting these ults. Let's see how the fight goes. They're actually trying to collapse on them. They're zooming right in, but Hanamura Hotshots is actually defending pretty well. They're charging right onto point, but he gets the charge! He tries to get the shatter, but it actually gets blocked. But that's going to cost them, actually, as Coalescence comes out, keeping Flushed out, and they're just trying to find something, but they can't. Hanamura Hotshots use the grab, but your grab's not going to mean anything. You don't have to follow up, Northern. You're all alone. You're trying to win this point, but it doesn't matter, because Flush stay uncontested, and they get this win. A dominant 3-0, possibly a world record. This is nuts.
Yeah, this match only lasted about 40 minutes. Just really quick.
Look at that, Eden. The absolute MVP, the star, the grab maker, the DPS. Sure, they were doing great. Everyone on the side of Flush was doing great. But you saw Eden taking those micro positions. He would get these grabs off in such way, walking to the team barrier so they couldn't get healed, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, really good play by side of Flushed, and like I'm learning, cast Flush matches because they're really short and fun to watch.
Yes, yeah, but now we're going to be on the interview. Who do you think we should be interviewing?
I would like to talk to Eden because Eden just played extremely well this game.
Yeah, I would actually love to talk to Eden. Eden just played very well. Or if not, because a lot of off-tanks have been getting, at least for my games, I've been favoring a lot of the off-tanks. I just think a lot of off-tanks deserve a lot more recognition than they need.
Yeah.
But if not, I honestly would have went with the supports, because the supports were also doing really well.
Hey, I did put the message out. See if he wants it.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello! How do you feel about your win?
It was so easy, dude. That was so easy.
Oh,
I literally
yes.
forgot to turn on my monitor. Like,
Oh,
literally the second game, I realized I actually need to turn it on.
Did you have your controller plugged in too?
No, only for first map. Then I turned it off.
All right, respect. But we're gonna have Pineapple ask the questions first, and then I will be asking mine.
Sounds
Um,
good.
did you plan on running that Doom Reaper comp, or did it just kind
Yeah.
of last minute?
Well, we saw that with the bans that Reaper Doom would be very viable, and we know that Zero's a good Doom, and Adbon and Plato are both good Reapers, and I'm a pretty good Zarya, so I think it fit pretty well with that playstyle. So yeah, we definitely plan to run that.
Gordo, do you have any questions?
I do. First off, pretty good. Eden, you were charging these gravitons so fast. I thought you were tapping into a black hole, dude. Like it was insane. Your performance, your entire team. Okay, I'm gonna calm down my hypeness. It was so dominant. I was so impressed. All right,
I know, right?
Wait, what? You got my goosebumps going. Ooh,
I
but
hope Northern watches the stream back so he can see how to actually play Zarya.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much going into this, were you guys worried about Hanamura Hotshots at all?
No, we knew this game would be easy.
So you just walked in here from a nap, just like, all right, we're ready.
Yeah, this team's trash.
Yeah. What ideas were you going to really take advantage of Hanamura Hotshots? Like, what was your call to be so dominant?
Their DPS are both really bad. Glacial's Doomfist is really bad, and Tiny's literally Diamond, like unironically. So we just decided that DPS were definitely the main focus, and we kind of rolled. Also, Ultra kind of destroyed Joshua, and Agreed didn't do very good. So yeah, it was pretty easy.
I would have to say everyone on your team outperformed everyone on Hanamura Hotshots. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you guys just kept walking into them and just like, are you guys shooting us? And they're like, no, we're scared. Like, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, I'd say.
Yeah. So, pretty much, are you going to be running this similar composition if you get the chance to later on?
It all depends on the bands. I mean, I definitely think this fits our play style, but we'll have to see what comes next with the hero bands. But hey, if it can work again, I think we'll definitely run it.
Yeah, you guys did amazing. And who do you think? Like, of course, I'd have to admit, I think you did, but which out of everyone you think in your team really was leading you guys to that victory?
Well, first I'd like to give a big shout out to Jepic. Definitely had some big shoes to fill. It's not Ultra. Baz couldn't make it today, so we had to put Jepic on the Lucio. So he performed very well. Definitely did really well. So shout out to Jepic for filling in the shoes. And Ultra did really good. He boomed both Agreed and Joshua. So those two did really well today.
Yeah, any love to your coaches or anything as well?
We don't have a coach.
Oh my god. You guys
So-
are the coaches. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Oh
Basically.
man. Well, I don't have any more questions. I think you guys played amazingly. I hope to see this very dominant performance going into your next game.
Yep, I hope so too.
Yeah, you guys have gained a new fan. That was an amazing play.
Thank
you,
you.
Eden. You can
Appreciate
go you can go back to sleep now, back to hibernation until your next game.
Sounds good. I will.
All right, you have a great day, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the interview.
Anytime. Oh man, sparkling personality. That guy's awesome. But Pineapple, would you like to lead us out here?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for watching. It's more of a massacre than the game, but yeah. Hope we see this next week from Flush. Hopefully Hotshots can bounce back after 2 losses. And I'm Pineapple signing out, and Gordo.
Yep. I hope to see you next time.